Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Can you hear me? Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah, let me see how many of you finished the test.
ma'am, actually, I
Ma'am,
was
for me, I need my ID, ma'am.
See, Madhumita has tried the test. Danya has tried, Sindhu, Sanjay, and Rishi. What about the others?
Ma'am, for me, last class I asked you the ID, ma'am.
That means you have not written any test so far, is it, Devadarshini?
No, ma'am, I have completed the SOFA test, ma'am. Only the test 9 and 10 I didn't complete, ma'am. I've lost that thing, ma'am. By mistake, I deleted that mail, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Ma'am, could you send it once again so that I can do it?
Yeah, I'll tell my staff to do it. All right. What about the others?
ma'am, this is Keertana.
Ma'am, that means today I'll complete it, ma'am.
No, she'll send it to you tomorrow. Not today, tomorrow.
Okay, ma'am. Whenever she is sending, I'll complete it, ma'am.
All right. Keertana, yes?
Ma'am, actually, about the data handling test, I have completed all the tests you have given so far, ma'am. And actually, my exams are coming over, ma'am, so I was not able to complete on Sunday, ma'am.
All right. All right, Raja. Raja, see the new student Rishi has completed. Very good, Rishi.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very good. Keep it up. All right, children. Now.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Madhumita.
Ma'am, about the tests I texted you on WhatsApp, no, ma'am. About
Correct. Correct. Madhumita, you said that the questions were not familiar and that you felt most of it we have not seen in the class, right? So now when we discuss the answers, just let me know.
Okay, ma'am, and also in the data handling test.
Yeah, we'll see. We're going to see every question one by one, Madhumita.
Okay,
right?
ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, children, the first one. The width or size of the class interval. Do we know this? How do we find the width of a class interval?
Yes, ma'am.
It's the upper limit
Upper
minus
limit minus lower limit, ma'am.
Yeah, so 40 minus 30, which is 10. Correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Pictorial representation of data using symbols is known as. So you've seen this in 7th standard itself. 7th standard, you were introduced to pie charts. Not pie chart, I think pictogram and bar graph.
Pictograph and bar graph. Pictograph and bar graph.
Yeah. So pictorial representation. Pictorial meaning you use pictures.
Pictures, ma'am. We used to draw, ma'am.
Correct. So pictorial meaning using pictures. Pictorial representation of data using symbols is known as pictograph. Double bar graph displays dash sets of data simultaneously.
Two. We used to compare two things, ma'am. Double bar graph.
Yeah, correct. Children, kindly answer when requested, please, so that all of us get the answer clearly. And if you have any doubts, please ask me. Thank you for your interest. So double bar graphs display dash sets of data simultaneously. Two sets of data simultaneously, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Dash gives the number of times a particular entry occurs. Like for example, 5 occurs 10 times. The number 10 occurs 2 times. where will you see such a information? In a frequency distribution table. In a frequency distribution table, you will see the values, and next to that you will have another column called the frequency column, which will tell you how many times every entry occurs. I'll show you when we like start the classwork for today. I'll show you a table. We have seen it. So a frequency distribution table will show you the number of times a particular entry occurs.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, I'm not well. Excuse me. So in a grouped data, each of the group is called, I have mentioned this in the class, every group is called a class interval. Some set of values belong to a particular group, and that group is called a class interval. Like when we say 10 to 20, 10 to 20 is a group because it has a set of values in it. The numbers 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. All these values will go into the class interval 10 to 20. So we group these numbers 10, 11, 12 till 19. All these numbers are grouped and put in one group, which is called the class interval. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is simple. 20 is the
lower class limit.
Lower class limit. 20 is the lower class limit. The difference between the upper class limit and the lower class limit is called
width. Class width, ma'am.
Class width or class size. Class width or simply width. Class width or class size. So here, I don't know how many of you could manage to do this. Along the x-axis, or along the horizontal line, there was nothing given. But you can see here, the number of hours for which students of a particular class watched television during holidays is shown through the graph given below. Now, my question to you, what do you call such a representation?
Histograph.
Ma'am, a bar graph.
Is it a bar graph? Yeah.
Histogram, ma'am.
Bar graph.
Histogram.
Can we both also? No. Okay, one of it. Okay, how many of you say it's a histogram? How many of you say it's a bar graph? Give out your names.
Ma'am, me, Rishi.
Rishi,
Histograph.
Histogram, all right. Then Sanjay and Sindhu, histogram. Okay. Bar graph. No, it can also be a bar. It can also be a bar graph. Because
ma'am, Madhumita, I say it's a histogram, ma'am.
Okay, but I heard somebody say it's a bar graph.
Ma'am, at first I got confused, but then I realized it's a histogram.
Yeah, a bar graph. If it's a bar graph, the rectangles will not be closely packed like this. Only in a histogram, the rectangles or the bars are closely packed. They stick to one another. There is no space. There is no space between the bars. So when there is equal spacing between the rectangles or equal spacing between the bars, it's called a bar graph. Just a minute, children. Just a minute. Yes, children. So I was telling you that if it's a histogram, then the rectangles will be closely packed. There will be no space between any two consecutive rectangles. But if it's a bar graph, the rectangles will be equally spaced. There will be spacing, equal spacing between any two consecutive rectangles. Am I audible, children?
Yes, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, can I do my test now?
Yes, Madhumita. You will leave and join later. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. So children, what you should understand is it's given number of hours, but you would have wondered that there's nothing given here. So based on sometimes it happens, that the question may be given like this. See, you should know how to handle. In a case like that, you should know how to handle it. So I understand that there is nothing given along the x-axis. I completely agree with you. Okay, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. If it is given like this, you should know how to handle it. There are the options given to you. You don't see 2.5, 3.5 and all that. You see options like 3 to 4, 6 to 7, 4 to 5. So you should easily guess that this should be 1. This is 2. Can you see my pointer? I'm pointing. Yes, ma'am. Zoomed in a lot. 1 minute. I'm saying here, this is 1, children, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
This is 2. This is 2.
Yes, ma'am.
This is 3. That is 1 to 2 hours. 1 to 2 hours. 4 students. Am I right, children?
Yes, ma'am.
2 to 3 hours. 8 students.
Yes, ma'am.
3 to 4 hours. 22 students. 4 to 5 hours. 30 students. 5 to 6 hours. 8 students. That is 8 students watch television during the holidays. Around 8 students, not around, sorry, 8 students exactly, not around, sorry. 8 students watch television for about 5 to 6 hours, anywhere from 5 to 6 hours. And this is 6 to 7. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what you see along the y-axis, what you see along the vertical line represents the number of students. And what you see along the horizontal line represents the number of hours. So this is 1, 2. So 1 to 2, 4. So the numbers are like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now check the answers. See the question. How many? Is this the first question? Excuse me. Yeah. So the first question, for how many hours did maximum number of students watch TV? For how many hours? Maximum number of students. 32 students. 32 students watch TV for come down and read here. For what? This is 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 to 5 hours. See, this is 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5 hours. 4 to 5 hours. So 4 to 5 is the answer for the first one. For how many hours did maximum number of students watch TV? Maximum number of students. So maximum number of students, 32. So 32 students watch TV for 4 to 5 hours. How many students watch TV for less than 4 hours? Less than 4 hours. Less than 4 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4 children. 1, 2, 3, 4. So up to here, 4 hours. 22 plus 8 plus 4. See, all these less than 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Less than 4 hours. All these rectangles. Less than 4 hours. So 4 plus 8 plus 22, which is 34.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Sindhu Sanjay.
Ma'am, 4 less than 4
means 4 hours in the calculation, ma'am.
Less than 4 hours meaning 1 hour, 2 hours, anything less than 4. Less than 4 can be 3, it can be 2, it can be 1.
Ma'am, it can be 4, ma'am.
Less than
4 is 3 to 1, you know, ma'am.
Yeah. Let me go back there, okay? Yeah. Now tell me. This is the, okay, let us talk in terms of class intervals. Thank you for your question. Let us talk in terms of class intervals. Now, this is the class interval 1 to 2. Is it less than 4? 1 to 2 hours. 1 to 2 hours. Is it less than 4 hours?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
This is 2 to 3 hours. Is it less than 4 hours? 2 to 3 hours?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now this part represents, this is 1 to 2, 2 to 3, this is 3 to 4.
3 to 4.
3 to 4, where 4 is not included because 3 to 4 means 4 will not be included. 4 will belong to the next class interval in 4 to 5.
Yes, ma'am.
So this one is 3 to 4. This is 3 to 4, where 4 is not included. Less than 4 is included, like 3 hours, 50 minutes, 3 hours, 40 minutes, less than 4. So this is 3 to 4, which is clearly less than 4. 3 to 4. 4 is not included there because 4 belongs to the next class interval. So that means 1 to 2 is less than 4 hours. 2 to 3 hours is also less than 4 hours. 3 to 4 hours is also less than 3 to 4, where 4 is not included, is also less than 4 hours. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Sindhu and Sanjay, if you're not convinced, please tell me, I'll repeat.
Ma'am, clear, ma'am. Now I understood. Yes, ma'am, clear, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm not clear with it, ma'am. I can understand with 1 to 2, 2 to 3, ma'am, but 3 to 4, I cannot able to understand it clearly, ma'am.
No, does the value 4 belong to the class interval 3 to 4?
No, ma'am.
It belongs to the class interval 4 to 5.
Ah, yes, ma'am.
So 3 to 4 means because 4 is not included there, we'll have values less than 4, right? 3 to 4 does not include 4. That means it includes values less than 4 hours.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Now I can understand it, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So less than 4 hours. Yeah, good. So it'll be 12. So this is, so if we don't understand, no, please form the class intervals. Then we'll understand. 1 to 2, 1 hour to 2 hours, 4 students. 2 to 3, 8 students. 3 to 4, 22 students. 4 to 5, 32 students. 4 to 5 will not come. 4 to 5 hours meaning 4 hours. 4 hours more than 5 hours, but sorry, 4 hours more than 4 hours, but less than 5 hours.
Yes, ma'am.
So 4 to 5 will not come because 4 to 5 is clearly more than 4. So we should add these frequencies 22, 8 and 4.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And then find how many students spent more than 5 hours in watching TV. Okay, more than 5 hours. More than 5 hours will be like 5 to 6. 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, whatever is available. Okay, you can keep going like that, but whatever is available. So more than 5 is 5 to 6. Now you shouldn't have this doubt. 5 to 6 includes even exactly 5 hours. So what? That also has more than 5 hours, right?
Yes.
5 to 6. Yeah. 5 to 6. 5 to 6, 6 to 7. 4 to 5 will not come because more than 5 hours. So 5 to 6, 6 to 7. Here I think 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. This is 5 to 6.
Yes, ma'am. So 8 students, ma'am.
This is 5 to 6 and this is 6 to 7.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This is 5 to 6 and this is 6 to 7.
Yes, ma'am.
So it will be 8 plus 6, 14.
Yes, ma'am. So 14 students, ma'am.
14 students watch TV for more than 5 hours.
Yes, ma'am.
And what is this? Find how many hours did minimum number of students watch TV?
1 to 2.
For
1 to 2.
Find how many hours did minimum number of students? Minimum number of students watching TV?
Ma'am, what, ma'am?
What? Can you repeat?
No, what is the minimum number of students watching TV?
4, ma'am.
4 is the minimum number of students. Watching TV, the minimum number of students is 4.
Yes, ma'am.
Is 4.
Yes, ma'am.
So for how many hours? 1 to 2 hours.
1 to 2 hours, ma'am.
Yeah. How many students spend less than 5 hours on watching TV? Okay, less than 5. Less than 5 means still 4 to 5 you must take. You must take 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. Not 5 to 6. 5 to 6 will be more than 5 hours.
More than 5, ma'am. We have to take 4 to 5.
Yeah, the last one is 4 to 5. You must add 1 to 2, this one, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5.
5.
This is 5 to 6 hours. That is more than 5 then.
More than 5,
This is
ma'am.
6 to 7. So it will be 32 plus 22 plus 8 plus 4. Which looks like 66. Like 4 plus 8, 12. 12 plus 22 is 34. And 34 plus 32 is 66.
66, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah?
Ma'am, I finished my test.
Yeah, very good. But so far, whatever we discussed, I think the meeting recording should help you.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, so this is 66. How do we find the range of the data, children? How do we find the range of a data?
Highest value minus the lowest value, ma'am.
Yeah.
Highest value minus lowest value, ma'am.
Highest value minus the lowest value. So 25 minus 6,
Yes.
21. 25 minus 6, 21. The class mark. How do we find the class mark, children?
Ma'am, highest value minus.
How do we find the class mark? Okay, I think this one alone I have not discussed in the class, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, this one, yes, I remember. We have not discussed this in the class. Class mark is nothing but the mid value of a class interval. Class mark.
Ma'am, then we have to say what is the number in between 30 and 20, ma'am.
Correct.
The mid value.
Correct. So how do we find the class mark? It is the upper limit, upper class limit plus the lower class limit divided by 2. Upper class limit 30 plus the lower class limit 20. So 30 plus 20, 50 divided by 2. 50 by 2, which is 25.
25, ma'am.
Class mark is nothing but the mid value of a class interval. 20 to 30 is a class interval. 20 to 30 is a class interval, where 20 is the lower class limit and 30 is the upper class limit. The class mark is equal to, add the limits. It can be upper class limit plus the lower class limit or lower class limit plus the upper class limit divided by 2. Divided by 2. So that is 25. The difference between the highest and the lowest value of the observations in a data is called range. You know that the difference is called the range. Highest value minus the lowest value is the range. interval, in the interval 35 to 45, 45 is called the
upper limit, ma'am.
Last limit. The number of times the number of times, that itself means frequency. The number of times a particular observation occurs, one particular value, the number of times it repeats in a given data is called its frequency.
Frequency, ma'am.
Frequency. Frequency is the number of times a particular value, a particular observation occurs in a data. Here there's a printing, not printing, I have made a typing mistake here. It's in a histogram. Actually, again, you should be, see, there can be sometimes, maybe in your exam also you see something like this. You should be able to, in case a teacher does not come to the class to correct the question, you should try to interpret it correctly. See, I'm saying like, I think this was possible because you can see which of the following is represented by the heights of the rectangles. Heights of the rectangles. Height of the rectangle is not range, class size, class interval. Height is frequency. So in a histogram, this is. In a histogram, which of the following is represented by the heights of the rectangles? Not history. Okay, so the height of the rectangles. In a histogram, the height of the rectangles is nothing but the frequency.
Yes, ma'am.
Tally marks are used to find which of the following?
Frequency, ma'am.
Correct. If you put 4 tally marks, that means the frequency is 4. All right. So that's about the question paper, but how many are there in the class? Okay. Children, you must tell me from where we should continue.
No, ma'am, we have completed, ma'am. Completed.
Ma'am, we have to start from this, ma'am.
Yeah, this one I'll leave it you. Take a picture of the, I've explained all this. Or I'll just give you some time. I'll wait, have a look at the solution.
Taken, ma'am.
Okay. For which of these would you use a histogram to show the data? So histogram is basically used when you have class intervals and frequency. Histogram we don't use for anything and everything. If it's a frequency distribution table having class intervals and frequencies.
Ma'am, I guess it's for the height of competitors. Ma'am?
Do you have a doubt, Devadarshini?
Ma'am, I think I'm not sure about it. I'm 90% sure about it.
Okay, so we use a histogram. We use a histogram for a frequency distribution table. For a frequency distribution table, the graphical representation of a frequency distribution. What is a frequency distribution? It should be a grouped frequency distribution. That is one involving class intervals and frequencies.
Yes.
Only such a frequency distribution can be represented using a histogram.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, see, so you have a frequency distribution. You have a frequency distribution. It should be a grouped frequency distribution. Somebody's mic is enabled. Kindly disable your mic. So it should be a excuse me. So it should be a grouped frequency distribution. See, I don't say grouped, I say grouped, but I'm stressing on it. I'm just stressing on it. It should be a grouped. Grouped meaning grouped itself means it should have class intervals.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So if you have a frequency distribution table with class intervals and frequencies, then you can represent that only using a histogram.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you can, yeah, I think you should know to understand this answer. I've given examples also for you. So you can see in, the second and the fourth one, you can use class intervals like this. So when you can use class intervals, you can use a histogram. Please read every answer.
Ma'am, what, ma'am?
No, please read every answer and let me know if you understand.
Okay.
Okay, so for the first one, in simple words, supposing there is an area, okay, let us say Tillai Nagar, Srinivasa Nagar, Ramalinga Nagar. So they say there are 10 letters going to Tillai Nagar, 25 to Srinivasa Nagar, some 50 letters to Ramalinga Nagar, like that. So what do you have? The two columns, in one column, you will have the names of the areas in Trichy or in our neighborhood. And in the second column, you'll have the number of letters. So how can you put a histogram for this? Where are the class intervals? One column will give you the names of the areas. The second one will be the number of letters going there into the different areas. So there are no class intervals, so no histogram. The second one I've given you an example where you can use class intervals. The height of competitors in an athletics meet. So height can be 150. So 150 to 160 centimeters tall, 10 competitors. 160 to 170 centimeters tall, 12 competitors. So like this, you can prepare a table to display this information. Height of competitors in an athletics meet. It is possible to prepare a table like this using class intervals. There are 10 competitors in the class interval 150 centimeter to 160 centimeter. So for this, you can put up a histogram. The number of cassettes produced by 5 companies. So you'll have the names of the companies in one column. Company A, Company B, Company C. And Company A has produced, like 10,000 cassettes. Company B has produced 25,000 cassettes. No class intervals. You have only the names of the companies, different companies, cassette producing companies. So no class intervals, no histogram. The number of passengers boarding trains from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at a station. So 7 in the morning to 7 in the evening. So you can make class intervals like this. 7 a.m. This is just an example. You don't have to make 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. You can make 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11. So this is just an example. So you can make class intervals like this, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. So how many passengers board the train between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m.?
2,000 passengers.
2,000. 2,000. So we have class intervals, right? Do we have class intervals?
Yes, ma'am, we are having.
Yeah, we have class intervals and we have the frequencies. So you can put a histogram for this. You can represent this data using a histogram. Wherever it is possible to use class intervals and frequencies, in all those situations, you can represent the data using a histogram. If you cannot use class intervals, like the names of the areas you have, names of the cassette producing companies, we don't have class intervals there. So those can be represented only using a bar graph. We use a bar graph to represent. And now in these 4 situations, two situations are represented using histograms. The remaining 2 situations can be represented using a bar graph. That cassette producing company, that one, and the first one, the number of letters for different areas in a postman's bag. That also using a bar graph.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, children. Yes, prepare this, children. No, I think this one, I'll show you the answer. The next one you can prepare. Haven't we done this earlier? Oh, no, I think we did something like cat, dog and all that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Now let me see how accurate you can be. Do it now. The shoppers who came to a departmental store are marked as man, woman, boy or girl. So those letters are used. The following list gives the shoppers who came during the first hour in the morning. So if the store opened at 9 o'clock in the morning, 9 to 10, so many people had come. The first hour in the morning, the first hour in the morning. If the departmental store opens at 9 o'clock, so or if they open at 7 in the morning, 7 to 8, the first hour. If they open at 7:30, 7:30 to 8:30, the first hour in the morning. So you can see these are the visitors. These are the people who dropped into that departmental store in the first hour in the morning. Make a frequency distribution table using tally marks. Draw a bar graph to illustrate it. Yeah, I just want the frequency table. Is it a group, the frequency table? Is it a group?
A group to frequency table.
Yes, ma'am.
Then what are the class intervals? Tell me. We have 2 types. We have grouped and ungrouped. If it's ungrouped, I'll not ask you any question. If it is grouped, then you should tell me the class intervals. Because grouped means class intervals.
Ungrouped frequency, ma'am.
Ungrouped, ma'am.
No, we have to settle with one. Grouped or ungrouped? One answer.
Ungrouped, ma'am.
Ungrouped, ma'am. Ungrouped, ma'am.
Because we have 2. One is grouped and the other is ungrouped. Ungrouped will not have class intervals. Ungrouped, it's not grouped, no class interval. Individually, the observations will occur. Like company A, company B, company C, company D. Individually, they'll come with their frequencies. That is an ungrouped frequency table. If like we have data, 10 students like apples, 25 students like mangoes, whatever like that. Details regarding the number of students who prefer or who like different fruits. So then in the first column, you will have the names of the different fruits. Maybe guava, apple, mango, pineapple, and all that. And alongside each fruit, you will have the number of students or number of people who like it. So here you don't have class intervals. You have frequency. Frequency is always there. It's a frequency table. Whether it is grouped or ungrouped, frequency is there. Whether it is grouped or ungrouped, frequency is definitely there. How many people? How many like apples? How many like mangoes? So how many, that frequency will always be there. Class interval, if class interval is there, grouped. Class interval is not there, ungrouped. Both are frequency tables only. Both are frequency distributions. Frequency distributions can be grouped or ungrouped. If it is grouped, it has class intervals. If it does not have class intervals, it's ungrouped. So this one is an ungrouped frequency. You will be preparing an ungrouped frequency distribution table. So what will you have? Like I said, apples, mangoes, and all that. What will you have in the first column?
Number of students who like apples.
In this one, what will you have in the first column? In this one, in this data?
Number of women came in the first column.
Number of man came to the departmental store, ma'am.
Okay, all of you prepare and read it out for me. Prepare the table. Please prepare the table and I'll ask somebody to read it out. I'll just come back. Please do this. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, want to read out the table?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 1 minute. Devadarshini, read out your table, Devadarshini. What happened suddenly? Devadarshini, are you there?
Ma'am?
Yeah, read out your table.
Ma'am, what, ma'am?
Read the answer. What have you worked in your book? Please read it out.
Ma'am, actually, due to some network issues, I went out, ma'am. I didn't complete it, ma'am.
All right, all. Madhumita?
At last, can I say, ma'am?
No, we are discussing now. No problem, no problem. Listen to the others. Madhumita?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, first I wrote the types of shoppers, then the tally marks, and then the frequency, ma'am. So
Correct.
first, for women, there are 28 women shoppers,
Okay.
12 girls, 5 boys, and 15 men, ma'am.
All of you agree with Madhu?
Ma'am, I think the quantity of the number of women is wrong. I think so.
Ma'am, number of boys are 4, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Number of boys is 5.
Excuse me. I'll just unshare my screen and I'll share it again. Okay. Now can you see my screen? No, right?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, now Danya, read out. Women, how many women?
Ma'am, there are 28 women, ma'am.
Correct.
And
28 is correct. How many of you get 28?
Ma'am, I got, ma'am.
Okay,
Ma'am, I
women.
got, ma'am.
Okay, women.
man,
is correct. Men.
men is 15, ma'am.
15.
Yeah, ma'am. 15.
Very good. Okay, thank you, Danya. Who's that? Sanjay, Sindhu, boys.
Ma'am, boys 5, ma'am.
5, correct. Boys 5 is correct. Girls
12, ma'am.
12. 12 is it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. And you can also see the bar graph alongside.
Yes, ma'am. I'm correct, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I'm doing it, ma'am. I'm Devadashi, ma'am. I'm doing it, ma'am. My answers are correct, ma'am.
Okay, good.
Ma'am, I didn't do the bar graph, ma'am.
No problem, Rishi. Yeah. Maybe we didn't have sufficient time. You can complete it. Have a look at the bar graph. You can complete it later.
Yes, ma'am.
See the spacing between the bar graphs. W, M, B, G along the x-axis. So number of shoppers, you can see there. You can take scale like this 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 till 28. We've already discussed this, children. How to read the subdivisions.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Take a screenshot, complete this later. All right, nice. If you've done it, good. Otherwise, complete this later. Yeah, this is the next one. Please do this correctly.
Ma'am, one sec, previous slide, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Now, this one is an ungrouped frequency distribution, children. What you just prepared is an ungrouped frequency distribution because no class intervals. Shoppers we have women, men, boys, girls. No class intervals. We have frequency.
Yes,
But in the
ma'am.
we don't have class intervals. So this frequency distribution is an ungrouped frequency distribution. Now we are going to prepare a grouped frequency distribution. You're going to prepare a grouped frequency distribution.
Ma'am, should we do the same data, like tally marks for the question 3 also, ma'am?
Correct. Here the weekly wages of 30 workers in a factory are given.
Ma'am, also bar graph, ma'am?
No, no, darling, not bar. What will you prepare for this? If at all you have to illustrate this, can you use a bar graph?
Ma'am, the number of for.
How will you illustrate this, children? Illustrate meaning how will you represent
the total sum of
we can use tally marks, ma'am.
Ma'am, we should use a histogram.
Histogram. I think Keetna, by slip of the tongue, you said bar graph, right?
Sorry, ma'am.
Yeah, it's not a bar graph. So this one is an ungrouped frequency distribution, no class intervals. So here we use a bar graph. This one has groups. It has class intervals. So this will be represented by a histogram. Rectangles with no space between two rectangles. Okay, so you can see that the data is given to you, and using tally marks, make a frequency table with intervals as 800 to 810, 810 to 820, and so on.
Ma'am, we can decide what intervals, ma'am, like 800 to 805 or 800 to 810, ma'am.
No, when it is specified, you have to use. Otherwise, you can choose. You can choose.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, but you should see to that you have at least, you should have, see, depending, now for this data, you cannot have 20 class intervals. You should not have too many class intervals, nor should you have just 2 or 3 class intervals. That is, the number of class intervals should not be too many or too less. Too less meaning just 2 or 3 class intervals. So you cannot use class intervals like 800 to 850 and 850 to 900. You will have only 2 class intervals, right?
Yes, ma'am.
For this data, if you use 800 to 850, so many numbers come into that.
Ma'am, can you say how many class intervals we have to use, ma'am? I'm in a doubt with that.
For this data, around no, like see, depending if there are many numbers. Somewhere 10 to 12, you can't say exactly, but for a small data like this, you cannot have 20 class intervals.
Ma'am.
See, the number of class intervals depends on the volume of the data given to us.
Yes, ma'am. Because I asked this because the highest bit is the highest number is in the volume is 898, ma'am. So I think that we have to write up to 898 like that.
No, 800 to 810.
Oh,
no. You will not be writing the individual numbers, Rishi.
Ma'am.
Ma'am, I got 10 frequencies, ma'am. Interval, frequency interval.
That's what I was telling you, that there is what is too many, what is too less is difficult to say. Here they want you to take 800 to 810, so just follow the instructions. I'm saying otherwise, using too many class intervals or too few class intervals is not, you're not supposed to do that. I'm saying now in this case, if you use, in this case, I'll tell you, if you use two class intervals, 800 to 850, 850 to 900. 800 to 850, 850 to 900. If you use two class intervals like that, then all the numbers will go into these two class intervals. That is 2 less. 2 is 2 less. But if you use some 15 to 20 class intervals for this, it will be too much. So using 800 to 805, 805 to 810 will become too much for this data, because you'll have about 20 class intervals then. So the first column will be class intervals. The first one is 800 to 810. Then the next 810 to 820. Then 820 to 830 and so on. Use tally marks and find out the frequencies. Yes, children, we'll try to finish it in today's class. Do it quickly. And if you have to represent this graphically, it is done using a histogram. It's not asked, children, but I want you to do it. It's not asked, but I want you to represent this using a histogram.
Ma'am, can we take the class intervals as 800 to 810, ma'am?
Yeah, 800. That's what is given below, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you must use the same thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can I see my answer, ma'am, for...
Oh, yeah, sure. You completed?
Yeah, ma'am, for the first two frequency interval.
Only for the first two?
I finished completed, ma'am. I finished the whole thing.
Let me unshare my screen. Children, can you see my screen now?
No, ma'am.
No. Yeah. Yes, Keertana, tell us.
For 800 to 810, I got 3, ma'am.
Okay, 810 to 820?
2, ma'am.
Correct. 820 to 830?
1, ma'am.
Very good. 830 to 840?
9, ma'am.
840 to 850?
5.
Okay, thank you. You're right so far, Keertana.
Yes.
Anybody else who's finished?
Ma'am,
Yes, Madhumita, continue. 850 to 860?
1, ma'am.
860 to 870?
3, ma'am.
870 to 880?
1, ma'am.
Next one?
880 to 890 is also 1. 890 to 900, it's 4, ma'am.
Very good. Others, if you have not finished, don't worry. I'm sure you didn't have sufficient time, because it's time to end the class. I thought I'll just get the answer from somebody. Is my screen visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
No,
ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I've shared my screen.
Ma'am, should we draw all the bar graphs in a bar? All the bar graphs in a bar graph paper, or we can draw some of them in our notebooks?
Graph paper only. Graph paper.
Okay, ma'am.
Have one. It's This see, bar graphs and histograms are made on graph papers. But in school, suppose your teacher says you can use a scale and do it in your notebook itself, then in that case, fine.
Okay, ma'am.
You can just take the instruction given by your teacher in school, if at all you finish this chapter in school. Have you finished this in school?
Yes, ma'am.
So what was the instruction given by your teacher?
Ma'am, they told us to draw on a bar graph only, ma'am.
Oh, graph paper, right?
Yeah, graph paper, ma'am.
Yeah, that's how it's done. Do the same. All right, children, please take a picture of this answer.
Ma'am, next screen is not visible, ma'am.
Ma'am, your screen is not shared yet, ma'am.
One minute. Please tell me now.
Yes, ma'am. Now it's fine, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
Taken, ma'am.
Yeah, all of you take a picture of this screen and complete it. Don't just write the numbers from here. Do it by yourself and check your answer with this one. Okay, children, I have a class after this, so I have to end the meeting. So that's it for today's session, children. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
ma'am.
Ma'am, also, are you going to open the test again, ma'am? Data handling test?